So today again we're gonna do part three of flyer development, and after today, next week we'll start another idea around graphic designing with Canva. So I was saying in flyer development, mostly in how to place elements. That's the most difficult part. So we want to look at the logical part of putting elements together. Let's say, for example, this here. So if you take a look at this flyer here, if you see flyers like this is just nothing special about this. It's just how to place the element. And one key thing you should know is flyers, what make flyers unique is the logical part of placing the element. That means shapes, pictures, and text. So how logical you place your element is one key thing that will make your flyer stand out. Let's say, for example, looking at this, they're all just logical ways in how you can lay down your elements. And this again. So, how better you lay down your elements, you arrange your elements, you give it a color, you give a very standard text. That is how your flyer will stand out. So, that's the unique part of flyer development. I really need you to pay attention to. So today we're going to develop a similar flyers like this with a logical representation of it. So putting some items together. So let's take a look at few of these flyers here. Let's say, for example, this is a very easy and simple flyer, but we can still steer this. And let's take a look at some of them. If you see flyers like this, they're much easier, but it's just the logic behind it. You need to understand. This again is another one. And what again? This again is another flyer. So if we have time, I don't know how many hours we have. So far, let's take a look at some of the example of flyers that we've already steered. Let's go to steered. So on the steered here, sorry. So these are some of the. I think we only steered one. Really? Okay, two. So this one flyer that we steered. So if you see this flyer, will anyone be able to come up with this design? Can anyone come up with similar design like that? Any comments?
Seem to be a little bit complicated, but I think there is this portion you have the yellow, the white stripes, and this one. I guess we can all done with shapes and probably taking some of the shapes either back.
Okay.
barcode, things like that. That's the idea I have for now. I don't know whether you get it, mate.
Yes, I'm getting you.
It looks
Yes.
a bit
So
difficult, but maybe when we navigate through snips and all that, we will be able to at least, maybe it may not be as perfect as this,
okay.
but at least we make at least close to be little bit closer.
Okay. So we're not gonna develop this, but we're gonna develop something logical as this. We're gonna develop something logical as this. So the reason is I want to see how you can look at any flyer and try to come up with your own design based on that flyer. So I have a flyer in mind that I want us to look at today. So what we can do, as usual, we go to create design and we can go to flyer portrait. That will give us an exact size for flyer, which is 210 by 297. I think we already know that now. So we click on flyer portrait. So the flyer we're gonna develop today is gonna be a very simple flyer, a very simple flyer, but very somehow logical. So how we can place the element is one key thing that we're gonna pay attention to. So what we're gonna do, this flyer that we have that we're gonna develop today, is gonna be an agency flyer, a business agency flyer. So the first thing that we're gonna do is to insert our text. So we go to text and we add a heading text and we rename this heading text as how can we name this? We can say how can we name this? Let's say dream day technology. We can name this dream day technology. So today you're gonna help me develop my flyer for my company. So we change the font for this flyer and we can reduce the size of the flyer of the text, sorry. We reduce the size of the text. We'll make this text, we align this text here. Or maybe we can say enter. We can say enter so that it will align. Or let's just call this creative business. Creative. We increase the size of this text to 35 and we duplicate this text and we call this business and we also duplicate this and we call this agency. So this is creative business agency, and we align this. So this the same method for both phone users and also PC users. So we already have our text align here, but let's start to work on the logical part of it. So the first part of this is to change the background of this text. We change the background to maybe blue. No, blue is too much. I really want to use a different color today. So let's see what type of color can we use. Let me check for color. Let me check for a color that we can use. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
So what are you
Yes,
saying?
yes. Creative business agency
Okay.
with a blue background. Somewhat blue, not exactly blue.
I know. So I want to see. I'm searching for a color that we can use. So let me try this color. Okay. I think we'll go with this color. So we have this color at the background of our design. And the next thing um, is to insert an element. So we look for a straight line. We go to elements and go to see all, and we click on straight line. So we remove this straight line and increase the width of the straight line. We increase the width to maybe 25. So someone asked in the WhatsApp group how to increase the size of the a straight line. So this is your answer. Please pay attention here. This is how you can increase the size of the straight line, all the edges, and now you can move it and try to increase the size of a straight line. So the next thing that we also want, so this also go for phone users. All you need to do If you are a phone user, if you are a phone user, go to click on the plus button for phone users. Go to the elements. Under elements, go to lines and shapes. Under lines and shapes, and add a straight line. And you can rotate. You'll see the rotate button. This is for you to rotate the the line or any element. Anytime you say this, it means to rotate. So you rotate your element, and from there, you click on line style, and under line style, you'll see line width. This is the line style, and you will see line width. Increase the line width to 24, and now you can close that. And if you want, you can also change the line color. Click on line color, and now you can change the line color. So that is for phone users. Let's go back to our development. The next thing that I want to add here is you go back to elements and we go to frame. We want to add a picture here. We go to frames, and under frames, let's take a look at the different frames that we have here. Let's just use this. We use this frame here, and we increase the width of the frame. This goes also for phone users. You can do the same. We increase the width of the frame, and we insert an image. I think I have an image here that we can use. I think we can use this guy. We insert this image here. So if you double click on the image, that will also allow you to move the image. Okay. So now I will send this frame to the back. You go to position and send this to the back so that this will come up. So now what I will also do here is to insert an element again. So for you to insert an element, you go back to elements, and we go to lines and shapes. Maybe we will add what type of element? Okay, let's use this. We can increase this element, and now we can rotate the element, and now we move this element here. So make sure Our straight line is at the edge. So
So, sorry, sir.
yes,
Can you please repeat process this last one?
this
Yes.
which of the steps?
Picture backwards.
The picture.
I'm showing up in developing at the same time. Yes, from sending picture and from adding this other element.
Okay, let me go back.
Please, just quickly.
Okay, so I will delete everything here, but the line is okay. So what I did here was to go to elements. You can mute your mic. What I did here was to go to elements, and we go to frames. We've already dealt with frames since the first class. You go to frames, then we add any of these frames, maybe even this. You can add any frame if you want, but maybe I might use this. So now all I did was to place a frame and make sure the frame fits in to this position. Make sure the frame fits into this position. So now I go back to elements, and sorry, I go back to picture upload and look at the picture that I want to add. If you don't have any picture, you can upload your picture. I think we've already covered that. So now I'm using this guy here. So all I do is to place this too small. All I do is to place the guy inside of the frame. And after that, I double click on the frame if I want to reposition the image inside the frame. So if I'm done with that, I can click on OK. Then what I do next is to send the frame at the back of this line. So I will click on the frame, then go to position and say backward. So that means the line will come up and the frame will be at the back of the line. So if you are a phone user, for you to send a frame or an element to the back, you click on the element, then you click on the element, you go to more. You already know where to find more. You scroll to the right and go to more. And from there, you'll see backward. Click on backward, then the element will go to the back. So this is what I did here. And after that, we go again to element and go to lines and shapes. Then we look for another element that we can use here. So we can use this. So I place this here and try to rotate it like this. So I increase the size and the width. So I move this here to make sure it is fit in. So now I can move this. I can move this closer to Now we already have this. So what else can we do? Today I'm going to also show you another cool designs that we can use. We call them gradients. So go to elements and inside elements type here gradient. Gradients. Sorry, the spelling is wrong. Gradient. So on the gradient, you can have a couple of designs. The unique part of gradient, it gives you 2 to 3 different colors. Only that some of the gradients are premium. So let's say, for example, if you want to use this here, you can easily use this. So this will give you, this is an image gradient. So there are other gradients that are color-based gradients like this, for example. So you see this here, this has about 3 different colors. So you can easily use this and maybe change this to red, and the middle color you change that to black, and the last color you change that to blue. So these are what we call gradients. So I really want to show you this so that this is another thing that you can make use of. This is another thing that you can really make use of. So let's go back and let's see on the gradient if there is anything here that we can use. Um, if not, we go back to, let me go first to lines and shapes. I'm looking for a specific design. I don't have it here, but now I will go to gradient. So under gradient, I want to look at, we have different gradients here. But I'm not looking for photos, I'm looking for graphics under gradient. So now I will scroll through to look at different gradient here. This is one gradient we might use. So these are very unique colors that gradients that we can use. Let's go through. I'm still looking for a specific gradient that we might use for this. This is one gradient that I can add. So when you add a gradient, one unique part of this the system is it also look for similar gradients. So if you add a gradient, then you'll see a magic recommendation. So you can click on magic recommendation, then now you'll have a couple of other different gradients that you can use for this design. So if you see any other gradient that you think you can use, you can easily add that. And this is another gradient again. So there is a couple of gradients that you can use. So, but when you select on one gradient, it will come up with other suggested gradients. But the gradient I'm looking for, I'm yet to see that. But maybe we can improvise if we don't see that. Okay, let's go back to element and search for a specific line. So we'll search for liquid, liquid and float shape, liquid and float shape. Let's see. Okay, this is something that I was looking for. Let's see now. Okay, this is what I was looking for, something closer to this. So, oh, this is pro version. Okay, maybe we can use this, but this is also pro version. This is also pro. Wow, more of a paid versions. Okay, so let's use this. I want you to get an idea of what I really want to come up with, the design. So now I will rotate this, and let me show you another cool feature here again. Let me show you another cool feature here. Let me add this so that I can illustrate another cool feature of Canva. So if you click on this and click on flip and see how do you want to flip this, horizontal or vertical. If you click on horizontal, then you see the image will flip. So if you have an image that is not as you like to see them, you can easily flip them. So if you also want to flip them vertical, you can also do that. But we're really not planning to use this. So let's try this out and see if this will work for us. So I'll definitely increase the size, and I will also rotate this. I'll rotate this and increase the size, and also increase. So maybe a little bit reduce. I'll also continue to rotate. Not exactly as I want it to be. So not exactly as I want it to be, but definitely we can use this. So now what I will do here is I will change this color to yes. So change this to the background color here, and I will also click on it and say duplicate. Now when I duplicate this, and now I'll change this color now to the duplicate color to white. I'll change the duplicate color to white. I will move this up here a little bit up from the original. Then I will go to position and say send backward. Send back. Okay, let me say send to back. Okay, so I'll also send this image to the back. Okay, so now we have this, And what I will also do, I will also duplicate the color, the shape, the element again. I'll click on duplicate and I'll move this to the top and also change the color to maybe this and change the color to this. So now I will also position this and say move to back. Then now I'll also send this image to the back. So now this is what we have. And what I will do, I'll click on this shape. I can click on the shape and increase the size of this line and send the line to the back. Sorry, send the line to back. So that will move and continue to send the image to the back because I want the image to be at the right, be behind all of the elements. Then I would change this color, the color of these other elements, but first increase this and also change the color to this and send this element to the back. So now this is what we have here, but I really don't like the way the image is coming up here. So you have two options here. You can either move this so that it can place here, so that your text will be here. So you can, let me change this color. Okay. So maybe reduce the width, reduce the width of this to 20. So now you can arrange this, maybe reduce the width of this if you want, or you can leave it as it is. So what else can we do? I really want to see a white background behind the image. So instead, I will move away the image so that I can click on the background of the flyer and click on background and change the background color to white. And now I can now move the image inside and I'll click on this button. I'm sorry, I'll click on this other element and move the elements forward so that the image will be at the back of the element now. So now this is what we have. So these are some of the logical developments. Sometimes when you see them, you really are somehow frustrating. How did they come up with this design? So it's just about tricking, going with this front, going this back, and coming up with different elements to make up a good design. So now all you need to do now is to now place your text inside of this. So placing your text now is not something that is difficult. Let's say, for example, now I can change this color to this and change this color to white. And maybe you can change this to anything, maybe black. Or maybe I can change this to the same white. So I don't like the font. Maybe I will change the font. Maybe increase the size. Guys, if you're having any challenges, do stop me and ask questions. So now I want to copy the the style. I don't want to go over this again. So all I need to do is to click on this first one. I want the style of this to move to this. So all I need to do is to click on this first one and go to more and click on this copy style. Click on that and go over here and click. Then that will copy the same style over here from size to the font. So I can do the same for this. So if I want to copy this style over to this one, all I need to do is to click on this, the first one that you want to copy over, you want to copy from. You click on that, go to more, click on this copy style, and go to the second one and say paste. Then you see this is how you can copy a style over. So you have a similar element that you want to keep the same style and you don't want to go over them over and over. All you need to do is to copy on one of the elements and you copy the style. So for this, I want to copy the style over here, and I also want to copy the style over here. Oh, sorry, I want to copy the style over business. So now I can align this and also align this. I will increase this size to 50, 45 and increase this to 50. Sorry, increase this to 50 and also increase this to 50 and make sure it is well aligned and make sure this is well aligned here. So now I can change this. I can change one of the colors to white and also change this to white. So now we have this. What else can we do? So maybe down here we can insert our services. So let's go to element and go to text. Now we can add our heading text. So now what we can do, we can place our heading text here and say our services. So we can change the font size for our services to 35 and make this bold and change the color to this and change the font style to mesurate. Yes, do you want to see something? Let me. Um, the question is how do one develop a flyer with a landscape? All you need to do is to, when creating a new flyer, you identify either landscape or portrait. But in this case, we're developing with a portrait. But when we go to documents and presentation development, for presentation, all of the presentations is going to be a landscape. So don't worry, we're going to deal with landscape later. So you need to consider the type of design that you want to go now you want to develop. That will determine either you want to develop a landscape or a portrait. So now we go back to our services here, and now I can add our services. So I will add this here and place this here. What are our services? For Dream Day, one of our services is website development. I would say enter. Another is graphic design. Um, Another is social media management. Another is training. So now we can easily align this to the right. We can click on this and align them to the left. And we need to give them bullet points. So this will give them a very nice bullet point. And what I will also do here is to reduce the size. So I will align this here. So we have done our services. So what else can we do here? Maybe we can do a very short, we can also add our logo up here. Let's take a look. Let's go to upload. I will use this white background of logo, even though the color doesn't match the design. So, but I will definitely add this logo here. The color doesn't match the design. It's a green color and doesn't match this design. So what I can do, I can click on the image and go to edit image, and under edit image I can reduce the maybe the brightness or maybe other areas. So what I will do, I can reduce the no I will I'm okay with I will leave the brightness and work with the contrast. What can this work? I'll saturate this and maybe increase the brightness, no contrast. I'll reduce the contrast to maybe zero point 0.5. Reduce the brightness to 10. So at least the color now we don't have a white color and green color anymore. So currently, so far, I think this is our flyer. There is more informations that we can add here. Maybe we can also add our telephone numbers, and we can go to text. We go to subheading and click add the subheading, and on the subheading we can add our maybe our email address info. So we can now change the font size. reduce the font size to 16, and sorry, undo. I'll click on this and move this down here. Or if we want, we can also type here contact us and we put our informations down here if you want. Or you can either put it vertically or horizontally. So I will duplicate this and move this here. And in here, I can put our phone number. And we can definitely we can also click and duplicate this and maybe add our email address, our website. Bring the technology, no. But the university. So want to use the university. So we can reduce the size to 12, 14, sorry, and also reduce this size to 14, and also reduce this to 14 so that it can fit in here. So make sure place them correctly. So what again? Maybe we can write a very short about us, either here or maybe here. So we duplicate this and move this here. Then we say about us. And we can easily add the body text. So now we can type something here. We can say something very short but catchy. We can say bring the technology. Please excuse me. Bring the technology is is social enterprise that help to educate and empower young people in Africa. We can say using tech-based solutions. So a very short description about Dream Day. Then now we can reduce the size to 14 and we align this to the right. And we need to move this so that it will not cross over. So now, guys, These are some of the basic and logical designs. Sometimes when you see them, mainly when you see things like this, you become confused. How did they come up with this design? So it is as simple as this. Do you have any questions? Maybe we take a look at one simple design again before we end the session for today. So let's say I do this for your company. How much will you pay? Hello? Am I the only one here?
No, we are not. Unfortunately,
Okay. If I do this for your company, how much will you pay?
I'm just admiring the way. I'm just admiring the way. It's really nice.
So, any questions or comments?
Yeah, well, I think I'm getting some difficulties on getting those lines.
Your mic is a little bit noisy.
As for me, the lines underneath effect, so we are the elements, so send them back. But I'm trying to develop something on that thing. Yeah.
The lines?
Yeah, the lines underneath. The lines. Yeah, the lines underneath. Exactly.
Okay. So, what I will do, I think we have a few more minutes to go. Let me take a look at whether we can do just a basic flyer similar to this. Is that okay? Do you have time for that?
Yeah, that's
Okay. So this is gonna be the actual assignment for this training today. Um, but let me give me a few minutes. Let me check for another sample flyer that we can develop. Just something simple. Okay. I think I have one. So let's do one more example before we end the session today. So I'll open a new tab, a new page. I'll open a new page. Guys, please mute your mic so that we can understand what I'm saying. So I've gone through the template again. I've seen one example that we can look at for us to develop another basic flyer and look at the logical part of it and how easy it is to come up with them. So the only thing that we need to focus on is the logical part. How did they come up with the design? So now we're gonna do one more flyer, then we end the session today. So we also call this creative design business agency. So something very simple and easy. So let's go. The first thing that we're gonna do for this flyer, we add a circle. we add a circle. We'll go to elements and add a circle. So when you add a circle, you increase the size of the circle. So I will increase the size of the circle as this and duplicate the circle. So the other circle will be white. Let's make the other circle white. And this other circle, sorry, let's change this color back. Let's undo this. So the other circle at the back will be white. The circle at the back will be white, and the circle in front will be a different color. Or let's change the color for something else so that we can understand, so that you can see me move all of the other circles. So now we have this. Let me reduce this to 35. So now the other thing that we're going to add here is we'll go to element again and we add a frame, a circle frame. We add a circle frame here. Then we also go to element and we add another circle. We increase this size to be behind this, to be almost exactly the same size as the frame, but we'll move it to the top. We'll move it to the top and move the frame to have some spacing here. So we increase this a little bit, and this frame, this element, this circle, will send this to the back. Position and send this to the back, not to backward. We send this backward so that it can move only after the frame, not behind the other circle. Because if you say send backward, send to back, it will move behind all of these elements. So let's go back and test that. So you see, it will move behind all of the other elements. But we don't want to do that. We want to send it to the backward, sorry. So that means it moves behind one of the elements, which is the frame. So move this a little bit down here and make sure this touches here. And and okay. So now we have so we can add an image inside this frame. We go to upload and put Mr. Nice Guy here. I don't know if we insert Mr. Nice Guy, but I need a picture with a background. So I will go to upload. I think we have a picture here with a background, white background. Maybe we select this. We say open. Let's insert this here. So now we have this. So what I will do, I will also continue to increase this circle so that we'll have a nice. Okay, so have something like this. And what else? We also add another circle. Sorry, we also change the color, the background color here. So we change the background color to maybe this. Let's choose a different background color for now. We'll work on the background color later, the colors later. We are not using these colors. I just want us to get a clear view. So we'll work on the colors later. So now we click here and highlight all of the elements, and we try to move the elements downward. This design should have worked on a different shape, more okay with a different shape. Let's go back. So guys, if you're doing this, instead of coming here and duplicating the page, just go straight off, go to uh, create, and do Instagram post square, which is the size is 1080 by 1080. Go do that. Then now I have already created mine here. All I need to do is to highlight everything and copy and go here and go here. No, I don't want to open the desktop. And go here, click on the page and say paste. Sorry, I have right click. I'm not supposed to right click. No, I don't want to open that. So copy and paste. So this will come over with my design. So now I can delete this page. I don't need it. So this page remains. So I'll rename this page for those of you asking questions on rename. So what you can do, this
Quick one.
please please.
Please, a quick one.
Yeah.
How do we highlight all of them together in copy? I'm trying to do that by control key, but it's not working.
You're not doing control. Just
Control,
click,
yeah, I'm using control.
just click, just click from the first element outside. You see, you click, you drag. So you see, this is how you select all elements. You click outside of your design, then you drag so that you highlight everything. You don't need to hold control.
Okay, okay, okay.
Then you leave everything, then that will select all of your elements. So guys, this is how you can rename your assignment. Please mute your mic. So now you can rename your assignment as Karifa, for example. So Kumara, then you say assignment 4. This is assignment 4 now. So you say assignment 4. So this is how you can rename your assignment. Write your name and forward slash and the name. Sorry, not forward slash. You write your name and also add the assignment that you want to submit. Is it assignment one, assignment two, or assignment three? So you add the assignment. So now let's work on this very quickly before we end the session. We have a few more minutes. So I will definitely highlight this again and increase the size. Okay. So now what again can we do in this design? So now I will change the color of this other element to white, and I will change this other color to white, and the background color of the page, I will change that to this. And what again? What again can I do here? So I can move this. So what again? You can click on this. So in this case, I will increase. So I think I love my design as it is. So now I can add my text. I'll go to text and add a heading. I'll call this creative. I'll duplicate this. I'll call this business. I'll also, sorry, I'll also duplicate this and call this agency. And now I can change the font style to very bold one, and I can reduce the size to 65. And I don't want to do all of this, so I'll copy the style over, the style of creative to business. I'll also copy the style of business to agency. So now I'll align this. So I will now go back and copy this image. I don't want to do it from scratch. So I'll copy this and I will come over here and paste. So what else can I do? So I can also do the about us. I'll copy the about us. So for you guys, you don't, if you have this, okay. If you don't have it, what you can do yours from scratch. But I don't want to do this is because of the time. So can easily add the about us here and go back and copy the text and paste the text over here. So now I can align this and maybe increase the text size to 16. So now, guys, um, this is another logical design. So now what you can do down here, you can add your phone number, you can add your address, you can add your social media links. And so let's add the social media links. We have not done anything concerning social media links. So if you go to elements and search for social media logo, so you can see different gradients or pictures on social media. So maybe I'll go to see more. Then now you can add your Facebook, you can add your Instagram, and you can also add your what else? So let me show you something. I will delete this. Let me show you another thing that you can do. So if I want to do my email address, this is another way that you can do. You can go to element and type for email icon. Search for email icon. So you have a cool image icon. Go to gradient and see more. And under there, you can select one of the icons. So I will select this and maybe reduce the size and move this over here. I'll change this color to white, no black. I'll put this over here. Then now I can go now to text and say subheading, and I can easily insert my, let me just come over here. Let me just come over here and copy my email. So I'll delete this. So now I'll move this email down here. Maybe increase the size to 16. And you can easily reduce the size of this so that it can match with the email. So I can go back to elements and search for address address icon. Mostly address, these are some of the signs for address. So I will select on this and reduce the size and move this down here. And when you talk about address, I'll duplicate this and copy this over here. Let me increase this so that I can see. Okay, I will say Allentown, Freetown, Sierra Leone. So I will now align, and this is my email and my address. And now I can also search for phone, telephone icon. So for telephone, you have different telephone icons, but I will select this and reduce the size and move this over here. So now I can easily duplicate this and place this over here for my phone number. Now I can input my phone number here. So guys, this doesn't match well. I will find another icon, maybe this. This doesn't work. Um, I'll flip this. I don't like the way it is. I need this to be flipped, horizontal. Okay. So now I can reduce this and move this over here. So guys, these are some of the logical flyers you see going around. You see them very unique. Oh, how did they come up with this design? It's very easy. So it's up to you to just be logical and try to play around with the element. So far, any questions or recommendations before we end this week? This will be the last session for this week. So we've been able to develop almost 4 or 5 different flyers so far since the start of the class. So how much will you pay me for this? Your background is a little bit noisy.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
So in 2 minutes you can make money like this.
Again?
I will say, so in few minutes you can make money like this.
So imagine in less than 20 minutes we'll be able to develop this and we can sell this not less than 100,000 new leons. So guys, so far this is what we have for this week. If you have any questions, do ask. If you don't have, then we'll end the session here today and look forward to next week.
So thank you very much for. But I believe these videos will be available on the pre-recorded.
Yeah, the videos will be available.
Okay, thank you very much for today. I learned a lot.
Okay. Thank you very
More than
much.
more than anybody.
Okay, thank you.